Imagine stepping off a train platform, the familiar hustle and bustle of 1940s London swirling around you, only to be yanked, in the blink of an eye, into another world. A world you once ruled as kings and queens. This is exactly what happens to the Pevensie siblings Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy at the start of our story. One moment, they're waiting for their train. The next, they're standing on a desolate, overgrown beach. The air feels different, ancient. They soon discover the shocking truth. This is Narnia, but it's not the Narnia they left behind. The grand castle of Cair Paravel, their royal home, is now a crumbling ruin, choked by time and silence. 1,000 years have passed in Narnia, while only 1 year went by in their world. The golden age they presided over is now just a whisper, a forgotten legend. So, what happened? Where are all the talking beasts, the fauns, the centaurs? The answer lies with a new race of men who invaded from the land of Telmar. The Telmarines, led by the ruthless Lord Miraz, have driven the old Narnians into hiding, deep within the forests and mountains. They fear the magic of the old days and have done everything in their power to erase its memory, teaching their children that the stories of talking animals and mythical creatures are nothing more than fairy tales. Narnia has become a land of fear and oppression, a kingdom living under the shadow of a tyrant. The magic seems to have faded, and the land itself groans under the weight of this new, harsh rule. For the Pevensies, it's a heartbreaking sight. The vibrant, living world they loved has been silenced, its spirit seemingly broken. But even in the darkest of times, a flicker of hope remains, and that hope has a name: Prince Caspian. He is the rightful heir to the Telmarine throne, but his life is in grave danger. His uncle Miraz, who rules as Lord Protector, has just had a son of his own. With a direct heir, Miraz no longer has any use for his nephew. Caspian's tutor, the half-dwarf Dr. Cornelius, knows that Miraz will stop at nothing to secure the throne for his own son. He urges Caspian to flee for his life into the dark woods, the very woods the Telmarines fear. Before he goes, Cornelius gives him a precious, almost forgotten gift, a small ivory horn. It is Queen Susan's magic horn, said to summon help in Narnia's greatest hour of need. Hunted by Miraz's soldiers, cornered and desperate, Caspian blows the horn. Its call echoes not just through the forests of Narnia, but across worlds and through time, pulling the 4 Pevensie children from their world back into the one that needs them most. The sound of the horn is a rallying cry. It awakens the hidden heart of old Narnia. Caspian, lost and alone, is found by 2 dwarves, Trumpkin and Nickobrick, and a talking badger named Truffle Hunter. They are suspicious at first. After all, Caspian is a Telmarine, one of the people who hunted their kind to near extinction. But Truffle Hunter, a creature of deep faith and memory, believes the horn's magic. He believes in the return of the old kings and queens. Slowly, a small band of rebels begins to form around Caspian. They are the last remnants of old Narnia, talking beasts, loyal dwarves, centaurs, and fauns who have survived in hiding. They see in this young Telmarine prince a chance to reclaim their world. This fledgling resistance gathers at a place of great historical power, a massive ancient mound known as Aslan's Howe. Deep within this hollow hill lies a sacred artifact, the stone table, the very place where Aslan made his great sacrifice. It is here that the Pevensies, after a long and perilous journey, are finally reunited with the Narnians and meet Prince Caspian. The kings and queens of old have returned, and the stage is set for a desperate fight for freedom. With the Pevensies' arrival, the resistance gains legendary leaders. High King Peter, ever the strategist, begins to plan their defense, but tensions are high. Peter and Caspian, 2 young leaders vying for authority, immediately clash. Peter sees Caspian as a boy who needs saving, while Caspian feels he's earned the right to lead his own people. The dwarf Nickobrick, bitter and faithless, suggests a darker path, proposing they use forbidden magic to summon the White Witch. A fight breaks out in the darkness of the Howe, a struggle not just against each other, but against the despair threatening to consume them. It's a stark reminder that their true enemy isn't just Miraz, but the loss of faith and the temptation of evil. Lucy, however, never stopped believing. She insists she has seen Aslan, the great lion, but the others, blinded by practicality and fear, refuse to listen. Her unwavering faith becomes a quiet, guiding light in their darkest moments, a testament to the idea that true strength lies not in swords, but in belief. The situation grows dire. The Telmarine army, massive and well-equipped, marches on Aslan's Howe, trapping the small Narnian force. Knowing they can't win a direct siege, Peter devises a bold plan. He sends a formal challenge to Miraz's single combat, a duel to the death between the 2 kings to decide the fate of Narnia, sparing thousands of lives. Miraz, goaded by his ambitious lords, reluctantly accepts. The duel is intense, a brutal clash between the young High King Peter and the seasoned, ruthless Telmarine usurper. Peter fights with courage and skill, and he manages to wound Miraz. But in a moment of treachery, one of Miraz's own lords seizes the opportunity, stabs his king in the back, and screams that the Narnians have cheated. The lie works. The Telmarine army, enraged and thirsting for blood, charges forward. The final battle for Narnia has begun. The battle is a desperate, chaotic struggle. The Narnians are vastly outnumbered. They fight with the ferocity of a people defending their very existence. But the sheer weight of the Telmarine forces begins to overwhelm them. It seems all hope is lost. But just as despair takes hold, a change comes over the battlefield. The trees of the forest, silent for centuries, begin to stir. They awaken. Lucy, finally following her heart and her faith, had found Aslan, and with his return, the true magic of Narnia is unleashed. The spirits of the trees rise up, becoming warriors themselves, their ancient branches sweeping through the Telmarine ranks. The river god awakes, a colossal figure of water and reeds, who shadows the bridge the Telmarines built, swallowing the last of their army. It's a spectacular, awe-inspiring display of Narnia's power, a world coming alive to defend itself. Aslan is back, and with him, victory is absolute. In the aftermath of the battle, Narnia is reborn. Aslan offers the Telmarines a choice. Those who wish to remain in Narnia under Caspian's rule may do so, but for those who cannot live alongside talking beasts and magic, he reveals a path back to their origins. He opens a magical doorway back to the island in our world from which their pirate ancestors first stumbled into Narnia. With peace restored, it is time for a new king. Aslan officially crowns Caspian as King Caspian X, the rightful ruler of a free and united Narnia, where Telmarines and old Narnians can now live together in harmony. It's a powerful moment of healing and new beginnings for the land. But for the Pevensies, it's also a time of farewell. Their work in Narnia is done. Aslan tells Peter and Susan that they have learned all they can from Narnia and will not be returning. They have grown up, and their own world now awaits them. It's a bittersweet goodbye, filled with tears but also with understanding. Edmund and Lucy are told they may yet return, but for the two elder siblings, this is their final departure from the land they loved. They step through the doorway Aslan created and find themselves back on the train platform, not a moment having passed in their own time. It's as if it were all a dream, but the memories, the lessons, and the love for Narnia will remain in their hearts forever. They carry with them the knowledge that even when a world seems lost to darkness and fear, faith, courage, and a little bit of magic can bring back the dawn. Thank you so much for watching this journey back into the magical world of Narnia. If you enjoyed this recap, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite stories. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part of the Prince Caspian story is. Until next time, keep believing.